Welcome to Coolbox Live, the show that saves you money on the world's greatest magic. Every week, the Coolbox features the best tricks on penguinmagic.com and slashes their price. Everything in tonight's show is 25% off or more. New magic every week at crazy low prices. So get ready. You're about to discover your next favorite trick tonight on Coolbox Live. Here are your hosts, Nick Lacapo and Eric Tate.
Hello, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Eric Tate alongside Nick Lacapo. Nick, we have a great show tonight. Are you excited?
Always excited, and it is a very, very good show tonight.
Yeah, this is crazy. We've got some amazing deals tonight.
Yes, we do. When we were going through the list of things that we wanted to share with everybody, we realized we had a whole lot of physical product, and we're making a few changes to the show tonight. So it's going to be an exciting one, and there's some just amazing. I mean, you're going to be able to save a lot of money on some stuff that I know that you want tonight.
Yeah,
so
some wild stuff. All the chats are already starting to pop off here. The Penguin Magic YouTube page and the Penguin Magic Facebook page. Hungry over on YouTube says, "Cheers, Nick and Eric. Always good to see you in the chat, Hungry." We've also got the Magentleman is in the house. Dennis Gingras is joining us, saying salute. Over on the Facebook side, Calvin Wong is here. He says, the day of the week, I'm glad to be single and have no one to answer to about my spending. You are not the only person with that sentiment in here. We got a lot of people showing up in the chat. It's gonna be good. I know that we've been playing with these physical products all week. We've got some surprises with some new videos. We're actually gonna be doing some unboxings tonight, which is very exciting.
Yeah. We're after doing the Coolbox Live show now for quite a while. We're starting to learn a little bit more about how maybe it should go, and so you're gonna see some changes to the format tonight. Nothing big. You're still going to save money, so you don't have to worry about anything there. But you're going to learn a lot more about some of the physical products as well. So it's going to be kind of a more condensed, tighter show tonight, which is good. And make sure, if you have any questions, we're going to really dive deep on any of you guys' questions out there as well.
Yeah. So, because starting off the show tonight, we're going to have these one of the unboxing videos that Nick and I actually shot in the studio. We got product shipped to us. We met in the studio with Nick Popa, and we filmed a little unboxing video. And so Nick and I are monitoring the chat while the unboxing video plays, so you can really see some stuff. So if you have any questions, that is the time to jam on those questions right there, and then Nick and I can be in the background while that video plays, gathering all of your questions and being prepared to answer them and talk about the crazy discounts they're going to be coming in. Because everything in the show tonight is 25% off if you enter the promo code CoolboxLive at checkout. So everything we're going to talk about tonight, all of the videos you see, all of the products, all the physical products, because I think there's only one, maybe two downloads tonight. Everything else is something you can get.
There's only one download, but it's $100 download. So,
so it's not even.
It's barely one. Yeah. So but we should mention because I think this is a good way to get it across, Eric, is that here everything in the show 25% off, like Eric said. Head to penguinmagic.com and you can take advantage of that deal using the promo code CoolboxLive. For example, right now, if you head to Penguin Magic, and we didn't check, Eric, to see if there's any left. I think there probably is.
I think there is. I'll check while you're talking about it.
Yeah. So right underneath the best sellers on the right-hand side, you'll find the Cool Box, where every day we discount a certain product. On Sundays, it's usually a lecture, and tonight, no exception. You'll find Thomas Medina live in the Cool Box. Now, the Cool Box is probably discounting it at 50% off, but you can also use our code Coolbox Live to save 75% off Thomas Medina Live, bringing it down to just $11. So take advantage of that deal right now. That is only good until midnight.
Yeah, and the Thomas Medina lecture is really, really good too.
Oh,
It's
great.
it's a phenomenal lecture. It's like it's an interesting mix of some of his geek magic, but also a whole bunch of other like card stuff. Because Thomas Medina is a great card guy.
He's great card guy. Right out of Chicago, demonstrator for many years, and man, he that lecture is loaded with stuff.
Yeah.
You'll learn the balloon swallow on there.
Yeah.
His work with the he's got it's not a Svengali deck. What is he using on there? I can't remember which deck, but
so he's got
might even be his own deck.
I'm actually looking at it here. He's got the fourth set is Coin on Hand. He's got McDonald's Handling, Torn Restored Napkin, The Exchange, Buns of Steel Soda Gag. That was a good one. I was watching that earlier.
Oh yeah.
It's the Cardiologist deck. That is his deck,
yeah.
But it's a super popular deck. Released in 2003, but yeah, that's his deck. It's got a lot of interesting qualities in it that make it so popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the stuff on there is great, and he's super funny. If you've never seen him before, he kind of looks like Rick Moranis. In fact, he will totally joke about that. It's part of his thing. Anyway, he's hilarious, and you'll really enjoy that lecture, especially for only $11. So take advantage of that.
That deal is only good till midnight, just because Thomas Medina is in the Cool Box right now. The rest of the week, you can still use the promo code Coolbox Live and get Thomas Medina for 25% off. It's just that the insane deal where it's only $11 is only good till tonight. And actually, I just checked on it, and Mark Tutulio checked on it. Always good to see you in the chat, Mark. Only 48% claimed, so there's still room for a lot of people to come to go take advantage of that deal.
Sweet. Yeah, that's how this show works. We're here to give you deals on really awesome magic. And I know our first item up tonight is the definition of really awesome magic.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it looks like we've got quite a few people already hanging out in the YouTube and the Facebook chat. Should we get this going, Nick?
I think so.
All right. Let's take a look at the first physical product. This is a big one right off the bat. Nick and I are about to unbox Mental Dice for you.
Hi there, I'm Eric Tate alongside Nick Lacapo here for Penguin Magic, and today we're talking about Mental Dice by Tony and Verity. Nick, are you excited?
Yes, that's the short answer, yes. I've been waiting to open this for a while.
This is great. So what we're going to do is unbox this and take a look at it, look at all of the different items that you get with this particular effect, and talk about some of the features and benefits and tricks you can do with it. If you're not familiar with Mental Dice, it's a set of 3 electronic dice and a small LCD screen that tells you what number is on top of each of the dice. It's really cutting-edge technology that is fantastic and works surefire. That being said, Nick, I think we should take a look.
Let's do it. Now, we've heard rumors about this box.
Yes. This might be one of the greatest experiences of opening a magic trick you'll ever have. And we're going to take a look at it right now. Let's go ahead and get a shot from the top. If you take it off.
Come on.
I mean, that's amazing. So what you get here is this beautiful packaging, lights up and plays a tune, and then on the inside here, you can actually recharge this. So if you ever want to experience the unboxing experience for the first time again, you can do it over and over again. Also comes with a switch that you can turn that off, a website where you can go and learn how to do it, and a password on exactly how to do it. Now the main event is right here. It's these 3 dice. You get a white, a blue, and a red die, and these are really, really nice dice. Before we get into the rest of it here, they roll perfectly normally. These look like any set of dice you'd play Yahtzee, Dungeons and Dragons, standard board game dice.
Yeah, I mean, you could hand these to anybody. They're not going to feel like anything different. They even, try to get the microphone here.
Yeah.
There you go. They sound like normal dice. There's nothing suspicious about the die at all.
Yeah, they're not biased in any way. At least they're not terribly biased, so you're not going to have the same numbers roll over and over again. They're really, really great. And let's go a little bit deeper into the box here. So the next thing is there's a foam insert that you take out, and then underneath that foam insert is this. and here's the little finger notch here for you to get a hold of that. This is the charging pad. So
Right.
we'll step back to this in a little bit. This uses, I think that's a mini or micro.
Micro USB.
Micro USB right here, and then there's 3 little areas right here. We'll get a little bit deeper into this in a moment, but this is actually how you charge it. You'll notice that there's no moving panels or sliding pips on these dice because they charge via inductive charging, which is really
That's
nice.
a good point. I think if it was any other way, there'd have to be some sort of input into the die, right? So
it's wirelessly charging, which is really nice. When you get a little bit deeper into the packaging, there's a micro USB cable right here and the little LCD screen, which is really nice. So this has got a button on here that you use to turn it on. And these dice, they go to sleep after a little while. If you go through the full instructional video, that teaches you everything you need to know. And there's
that's why you have to. That's why they put the switch on there, because it does kind of have a mind of its own a little bit.
But if you go through the instructions that are expertly taught by our buddy Javier, you learn all the different features and benefits on this. And before we get into the charging real quick.
Might as well show them what it does.
Let's actually show here. So if you take a close look at this little LCD screen, you'll see that there's a red, a white, and you can even see they're changing here as I moving around, and a blue. And so those correspond with the dice, and they show whichever one is facing up. So if I was to just turn the red here to the 1, and then change this 6 to a 5. These change no matter what it is. And if you roll these dice, so now it's
365, man.
Wow, yeah.
How'd you do that? Okay,
that's a controlled shot. One
Yeah.
of those controlled dice shots that I'm known for.
It's crazy, man. This is so much fun. Look at this. That is great.
Yeah.
That is great. And what's great about this is that it's so small.
Yeah.
You can basically keep it in anything. So check that out.
You can easily finger palm this. I mean, like, look at my hand from the back. There's just really nothing to see there. This is a very standard finger palm. You can bring that in and out. This also fits in the top of jeans, and I believe Javier even teaches you.
Put it in the little pocket there.
Yeah,
it does.
It fits right just there.
Sneak up to the. Can you get to the edge of the table?
I think we can get to the edge of the table here.
Oh, it's so close! It's so close. Oh, there.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah. Look at that. So that's right there. If this little pocket right here is big enough, we'll try and show you this. Just
one more time.
Yeah. So you see this right here, that little coin pocket that comes in most standard jeans right there. You can actually fit it right there, and it hides perfectly away in plain sight.
That's insane.
Yeah, which is really, really nice. Also, I believe that there are instructions to hide this inside of the bottom of a card box, which is really nice.
And when you start to learn a lot of the routines, you'll see, like, you don't even have to hide this. That's the best part. You can just have it in your pocket, because a lot of the routines that you're going to learn, you'll have people roll the dice and you say, I don't want to see it at all. And you completely turn around. And while you're turned around, you just pull it out of your pocket and look at it, right? So it's not even like, you can get really fancy with it, which I like, but it's also stupid easy as well.
It's a really amazing device. We've both played with this a lot, and I've actually performed with this. Now, I will say one of the interesting things is there's a companion product to this called Mental Die that comes with a thumper. That's a small little widget that will vibrate depending on which one of the numbers is turned up. So if a 5 is turned up, it'll vibrate 5 times. If a 1 is turned up, it'll vibrate 1 time. And it can be paired with each of the mental dice, and it's got a cue that will tell you if the red one is rolled, or the white one is rolled, or the blue one is rolled. So that's a very interesting companion piece if you wanted to use that.
Yeah,
with
totally
Mental Die.
Separate product, Mental Die. I know they're very similarly titled too, right? Die and Dice, but Mental Die, you can find it right here on Penguin Magic as well. It's a little bit different than this. It's just a single die, but here you're going to get all 3 with the LCD screen.
Before we get into the routines, I think we should talk a little bit about the charging here, because the LCD screen charges with the same type of cable that the charging pad does. And this is a super standard mini or micro USB. You definitely have one of these at home. It only comes with one, so if you need to charge the dice and then the little LCD screen, you can, but you definitely have one of these at home. And now actually what I have here is I brought this extension cord so you could see this. So if you plug this in right here like this, just like that, when you put the dice on, you will notice they don't immediately charge, and that's because if you turn this up so that it's a 1, now you can see that.
There's the green light.
Yeah, you see the green light comes up, so you change them all to 1s, and then you can see the lights come up, and that tells you that it's charging. It'll also indicate when it's charged and things of that nature.
The battery life is great, though.
It's super
You know,
good.
Like I know that's always a common question that people have, but it feels like these days it's just been solved. Like battery life just lasts for a long time at this point for almost any high-end product, especially this. I mean, this is a very, very quality piece.
Yeah, and like we said, in the instructions that you learn, there's all kinds of power-saving techniques you can use with this, where the dice will go to sleep, and then the way you wake them up is you roll them, which fits really well into any routine. The other thing we should say is that, again, this little cable right here, which fits in very snugly, also charges the LCD screen, and you'll see there's a little indicator on the top. I don't know if we can see. So you can see there's a little charging indicator there. So it's really easy to charge them. It's all very apparent when it's charging, which is really nice. Whenever you're dealing with any kind of electronic gimmick, you always want to know exactly when it's charging, when it's full, and the instructions cover all of that beautifully.
Yeah, and I also like that everything fits inside the box. So like when you want to even just store them, you know what I mean? Like you're just gonna drop this little thing in there, right? And then you got all your dice set up, ready to rock like that. I assume maybe, Eric, maybe if we drill the hole in the side, then you can just plug the thing right into the side. What about that?
I really like that
What
idea.
about that? All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice packaging that I would definitely hang on to for.
Well, that's
for
what I've
storage.
noticed. Anytime anybody's taken the time to put the details into the packaging, I just end up keeping the trick in it for the most part.
Oh yeah,
And I can't see why you would, this is a great way to store your mental die. Now, the routines that you can do are also great, right? Because, just the basic thing of having 3 people roll 3 different die and then being able to tell each individual person what number they're thinking of is super strong.
Yeah.
Super strong.
But the instructions that you get with this cover a wide variety of routines. There is what is on there?
Well, there's a carded number.
There's a carded number. There's a book test. There's a chair test. Even a mental epic.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of different routines that you can do. And if you're a clever performer, this is something that's going to drop into your act, and you'll find a bunch of different uses for it. I know I've got my own routines that I'm performing with it. Nick has his own routines that he's doing in his show that are even outside of what's going on with the mental
and mine
dice
is not
itself.
even like any much further base. It's the same trick as the basic routine where you have 3 people think of numbers, roll dice and think of numbers, except I put out different objects on the table. So I'll get 6 objects, like a wallet, a watch, some money, a credit card, whatever, and we lay them out in a row. And whenever somebody rolls a number, I ask them to think of the object that's at the corresponding number. So it's just not as direct. It's like I'm not saying, okay, are you thinking number 3? I'm like, no. You're the type of person that's thinking of the wallet, right? So I found a lot more success with that, with the numbers, but I'm still using mental die to help me get there.
This is a really complete product that I think anyone that gets this is going to like. There's just a lot to like here. I have not had any bad experiences with it yet, and I've performed fairly extensively with these products. And it's really, really well thought out. The charging is great. The products themselves work really well.
Yeah, however this works, whatever this is, it does not fail.
Yeah, and I think the really interesting thing to look at is just if you're concerned about this, if we go to the overhead shot again, just as you're watching, as you turn this over, I mean, look how fast the response time is on that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, as soon as you turn that over,
it's great.
yeah, it's
so great.
really, really effective.
Yeah, I think your brain would just start spinning once you get this, and because you'll be able to adapt it to any routine that you already do or come up with a new one, and there's just so much you can do with it.
Mental Dice is a really reliable, effective piece of electronic gimmickry that is going to allow you to do some amazing stuff. You should definitely check it out. I'm Eric Tate, alongside Nick Locapo. On behalf of everyone else at Penguin Magic, we'll see you next time.
Hey, we're back. I hope you guys like that. So the Mental Dice is 25% off right now if you enter the promo code CoolBoxLive at checkout. That's a crazy price on that. That brings it down to $221. I mean, that's $220 is insane.
I mean, we all want one, right? Right. Now's the time to get one for sure. So head on over to Penguin Magic and save 25% because why not? That's a big savings.
You know, I see someone in the YouTube chat, Emrios, is saying any spectator with half a brain will know those dice are gimmicked. I got to be honest, Emrios, I performed extensively with these in a theater in Utah recently, and not a single person realized that the dice were gimmicked.
Yeah,
and you can do some really neat stuff with them too.
Yeah, I can follow that logic, but I think we're years and years away from that right now. I really do. These they're totally they pass the sniff test. Do you know what I mean? They're normal dice.
Yeah, and the other thing is it also depends on how you use them. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't really go for like the direct reveal very often, but there's a great routine that comes with this that I did not mention in the video, but we were talking about offline, which is you hand people the dice and they put the dice in different pockets while your back is turned, and you can tell what pocket the dice end up in. It's really nice. So you're like, put your dice in the pockets and hold one behind your back, and you're able to tell people the red dice is in the left pocket, the blue dice is in the right pocket, the white dice is in your hand. It's amazing the stuff you can do with it.
Yeah.
And if you routine this well, and the routines that Javier teaches you are really interesting. The Akan, the any card at any number that he teaches, is another really good one where the dice are being used to generate a random number, and then you're doing other sneaky stuff, but just having that little bit of information is really key.
It really is, and we don't have to keep talking about it, but like your hands are empty.
Yeah.
You can have your sleeves rolled up. I'd love that peak in the jeans.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as far as you got nothing in your ears. Even if they thought electronics somehow, I don't know how they would have any idea on how you're actually gaining that information.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff you can do here. And there's been a lot of dice like this on the market, and mental dice are really, really well put together. And $300 is a great price for a product like this, especially since you get 3 dice and the LCD screen. But 25% off of that makes it. I mean, this is like within.
Yeah, let's not forget that it wasn't that long ago where dice products cost 4 figures. So. This is a great price on a great product.
Yeah.
You will not be disappointed. So head on over to penguinmagic.com, throw it in your cart, and don't forget to enter in the code. Save a bunch of money.
Well, we got a lot of people here in the chat. We got over 70 viewers right now, which is exciting. We're excited to have you guys here and save some good money on Magic. Nick, do you want to set up the next?
Yeah.
The next thing?
Man. Yeah. So this is a great product that I really love. Came out a few years back, but I think it flew under the radar, and it's something that I carry with me. It's a great little piece, so I hope you enjoy. This is an unboxing of Stellar by Alchemy Insiders.
Hey everybody, Nick Lacapo here with my buddy Eric Tate, and we're here to talk about Stellar by Alchemy Insiders. What this is a card clip that you can use to store your playing cards, and it has a secret built into it. We're going to open up the box, take a look at the clip, and we'll show you a little what you can do with it.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is a really, really cool effect that I know we've both spent a lot of time playing with.
I like this trick a lot.
Super
I
good.
do. When I first got my hands on this, I was really excited. And I'll tell you a story a little bit later. But anyway, so you have this awesome little Stellar box on the back. You have the Alchemy Insiders logo. Again, I always loved all these little cool boxes we get now. I'm from the paper bag or the plastic bag era.
Yeah.
Eric. So anytime we get nice packaging, I'm excited.
What's really nice about this too is because the packaging is so nice, is that when I'm not using it and carrying it in my pocket, it's a nice place to store this because this is kind of a nicer card clip with like a nice finish and everything that we'll see in just a moment. And having somewhere nice to put it rather than just like throwing it in a drawer, like it's just that much better.
Absolutely. So here it is. And if you don't know what a card clip is, I will show you. It comes with the clip and then, of course, a baggie to store it in as well. But we'll leave that in there for right now. We'll take a look at the actual clip. So it's kind of got like a gunmetal look to it. Yeah. It's really shiny. And it's a bunch of holes through this just really pretty looking piece of metal. There's a logo on the inside by Alchemy Insiders, kind of like etched or burned into there.
Yeah. It looks it's really, really nice. And it's what I like about this is that like they put their name in it, but they didn't like brand it all over the outside so that when you're showing this to your spectators, they're like, what does Alchemy Insiders mean?
Yeah, nobody's ever gonna see that. Like, in fact, I don't even think I knew it was in there until I was getting ready for this video.
Yeah, it's a really well placed like logo. It's very subtle, very nice.
So a card clip, what does a card clip do? Well, you put your deck of cards inside it, and it really it kind of clamps them down and keeps them Keeps them nice. Keeps them fresh. You use card clips a lot.
I do use card clips a lot. One of the reasons I use them the most is because it keeps the box nice.
Right.
I do a lot of work where I'm like putting cards under boxes and then putting the box on top to store it, or like card under box. And I just like my box to look a little bit nicer. And even with my everyday carry deck, having a card clip when I'm putting it in and out of my pocket, it keeps the corners of the box nicer. It helps prevent my keys from like scratching the box up so that it looks ugly. It's just a really nice way to keep your deck in good condition.
I used to always keep like specialty decks and then like my invisible decks. Back when mark decks were really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Always kept my mark decks in a card clip.
In a clip.
But this is one, so you can carry it around with you all the time because you just keep your deck of cards in it. But this clip does an incredible trick.
Yeah.
Right. So if you maybe you haven't watched the other video on this, but what this does is display a playing card when you shine light through it. And let's talk about how that works exactly. Basically, this card clip will reveal the 7 of diamonds, okay? And the way that works is that there is, when you shine the light through it, you can see these different holes here. When it's completely flush with the light, only the 7 of diamonds, the shape of the 7 of diamonds the light will be able to pass through those holes because it's actually carved out that way. If you angle it in any other way, the light's not going to be able to pass through directly, and you're going to get a bunch of different spots on the table. Let me kind of show you what I mean, because that's what's great about this. You would just use your phone and the flashlight, because now we all have flashlights in our pocket, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting effect too, because when you hand it to your spectators, unless they know the secret, they might think, oh, just anytime you flash the light through it, that it's going to look like the 7 of diamonds. And because you know exactly the angles that it needs to be, you can actually make the effect happen, while spectators can more or less examine it.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, just the way that this works. I mean, this is a trick with light, so we're here in a studio with like 1,000 lights. Not the ideal place to do this trick. This trick would work amazing in any bar, or really almost in. I wouldn't do it like outside, but in any like indoor setting, you're going to be able to get a shadow to go through this thing, especially when you have your heavy-duty light on the back of your phone. So unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to see the way that it sparkles on here, but well, maybe we'll have a clip or something so that you can see. You can make it sparkle, and all I'm doing is just moving the clip around so that the light is coming in and out of different holes.
It's a really pretty effect that your spectators are very often very taken in with. Even if you're not using this for an effect, playing with the constellations and making it twinkle is just, there's a very magical moment and a very magical quality to that, even if you're not revealing a playing card.
Yeah, and it's only one side that it's going to be able to go through, because if you go to the other side, it's going to be backwards, right? So what's nice is that even if you want to give you the clip to your spectator to have them try to move the stars around, they're not going to find the 7 of diamonds because they can't, because it's just going to be back. They're not going to see it, right?
And because of the way the 7 of diamonds is carved into the perforations throughout the metal, it doesn't leap out at you. When you look at this, at no point do you look at this and go, oh, the 7 is right there. The cats at Alchemy Insiders really did a nice job in designing the whole pattern to really conceal that card reveal.
Yeah, when you get this, if you just hold it up to your face, to a light, you'll be able to see, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Right now, the light is only coming through the holes that say 7 of diamonds to me, because I'm holding it directly flat in front of my face. But let me show you what I do with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so here, I would have the spectator shuffle the cards, so go ahead and shuffle those up. And then while they're shuffling, I'd bring out the card clip and I'd say, I keep my deck of cards in this, but also this has a way of creating constellations. You know what those are. And then you can start talking about the stars and astrology or all that. Here, spread these out on the table and just take one of those out. Just slide one out, but don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to read the constellations to find selected cards. Right. So I would pick up my phone and the card clip and make the stars go through, and my spectator's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But basically I can say, oh, I can see it. I'm reading the 5 of diamonds. The 5 of diamonds. Turn it over, and you get the 5 of diamonds. Here, I'll do it again, but I'll show you how it works.
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you how it works. Maybe take out another one. Just take out any other card. Just don't look at it though.
All right, this right here.
Perfect. And I'll here. I know why you didn't see the last one, right?
No.
Well, here I'll see if you can see this.
I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
I see the 2 of spades. Turn it over.
2 of spades.
Right? I know the problem though.
What?
Well, it's facing me. He's very serious. It's facing me. I have to turn it to face you.
Oh.
So that way you can see.
Okay.
Right? Makes sense? So here, we'll just use this one. You go for this one there. Just try to read what's going on here. And tell me when you see something. Do you see anything?
It says 7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds? Let's
Yes.
see. I can't see because it's upside down.
7 of
That's
diamonds.
what you get, right?
Admittedly, I know how it works, but it's so cool when you see it because it just sort of glimmers into view. It's really a really magical moment.
I really love having the spectator read the 7 of diamonds.
Yeah.
That routine, funny enough, I wrote that routine quickly, but the first time I ever performed this, when we had the P3 Theater going here, there was somebody interviewing us for a newspaper or something. So I had to meet her at Panera Bread. And, dumb me, I don't know what I was doing the night before, who knows. But when I showed up, I had like no magic on me. I mean, I had a deck of cards, but I was like, I wasn't, how stupid am I to think that I shouldn't be showing this person some magic, right? Anyway, because she was there to interview us about the theater. Anyway, I had this on me, but I had just gotten it. I had never even tried it. I'm like, well, why not? Let's give it a go. It blew her mind. It's so much so that she wrote about it in the actual article that she wrote. So this is a fantastic trick just to have on you. I mean, you're already going to carry a card clip, maybe already, and this is just another thing that you can do.
It's really nice. It's well designed. It's very sturdy. I mean, they even thought to like make a thumb notch in here for taking the cards in and out of the clip. It's just the whole thing is just really nice. It's a very pleasing prop to handle, and it classes up your cards a little bit. I mean, the nice thing is like I can see having this at sort of like my regular restaurant gig or some of the higher end corporate gigs that I'm doing where I want to sort of have some class and panache about me. I mean, this really fits into a lot of different environments.
There's one other thing, and this is it. I haven't had the spot to do this in yet, but it's awesome. And that is you put the light on the table, and then you go this way with it.
Oh man!
To the ceiling.
Then it plays so big.
Right. If you're in the right room, this is amazing. Oh, yeah. There was a trick we talked so much on these videos, but there was a trick on the Matthew Beach lecture where he was shining a light up through a playing card that he had to cascade something on the ceiling. And I'm like, man, that's amazing. And now you had to make this crazy gimmick in Matthew's lecture. Now you can just get this and you can do essentially the same trick. But yes, it can play up as well.
So good. So good.
So this is Stellar by Alchemy Insiders. Great piece of product here. Card clip that I know that you're going to use, but that's about it. My name's Nick. This is Eric. We'll see you next time.
Hey guys, I hope you like that. Stellar is an amazing trick. I know you've carried it for years, Nick, and I carry it every once in a while too when I'm going to a gig, especially if I want to if I know that I'm going to be able to cast that shadow on the wall. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I had so much fun whenever I carry this around with it. It's just a really strong thing. I mean, obviously you have to be in the right lighting, scenario to have a good success with it, but you can still carry around a deck of cards with it in there. The card reveal is really great. I did want to say about the routine that you guys saw on there. That's the routine that I typically do. I didn't really explain it, in the video there, but it is great, if you do have Stellar or you're thinking about getting it, pick up a marked deck as well, because that's essentially how I do the first 2 phases of that quick little demonstration that I did in the video.
Yeah, it's Nick's using the Penguin Maidenback marked cards, which are these right here. I don't go anywhere without them. If you've seen me lecture or perform, you've definitely seen me using these. It's a great trick. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it, but the way Nick's routine is structured with Stellar using the marked cards makes it seem really casual and just really out there. Nick, I was just looking at the chat here, and a lot of people were liking Stellar. Resolute Griffin over on YouTube saying form and function, nice. It's an excellent one. Hungry, our good friend Hungry over on YouTube also says that they pair Stellar with Astronomical by Peter Turner and reveal the card and a star sign at the same time.
Crazy.
And to thank them later. And too bad, we're gonna thank you now. That's a great idea, mixing those two.
Yeah, no, that's a phenomenal idea. It also does come with an instructional video that's taught by Jason Bird, I believe.
Yeah.
I forgot that it even had a video.
Yeah.
It doesn't have if you get the box, it's not going to have the link to it in the box. You'll have to go to your Penguin Magic account and you'll have the download in there.
Yeah. But it's a good It's a good little. It's a good little
25%
product.
off.
Yeah, 25% off.
Save
It's
$10.
It's 29. It's $30 right now. If you enter the promo code Coolbox Live at checkout, you're gonna get Stellar for $30. It's a great little card clip. It's more for protecting the box. It's not like a Porper clip where it's designed to like really flatten them out. So it's a little bit of a different card clip than some of the others out there. But different card clips do different things, and part of that has to do with the way that the holes have to stay aligned. And like a Porper clip that flattens it, like you wouldn't be able to get the holes aligned the right way. So.
And Hungary, I think it was Hungary that mentioned the star sign thing, but like check out that Matthew Beach thing. I haven't seen it in years. I just remember it. I think he was doing something similar with a playing card that he built that did like a bunch of constellations on the ceiling. It was in Matthew Beach's lecture. It's probably worth checking out if you do anything like that already. I'm
basically into any trick that uses light. There's some really, really cool stuff that you can do with light, but yeah. And then also Hungary's also saying that this was, I think it was Hungary. Yeah, it was Hungary. Used this as an out during a Christmas party when they couldn't quite pull off of a particular trick, so they used Stellar as an out. It's an awesome clip to have
Great
on
trick. Yeah, no, I've always been surprised I haven't seen it more. So take advantage of this deal, 25% off on penguinmagic.com right now. Just enter the promo code CoolBoxLive.
Let's take a quick look at the schedule here. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. So we talked about the two big deals of the week, which are Mental Dice and Stellar, which we did some really deep dives on some unboxing videos. Now we're going to move to a new part of the show.
Welcome to CoolBox Live,
Sorry about
a
that.
show
Hold
that
on a
saves
second.
you money on the world.
Stellar by
Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally I left both of those videos back on, so we jumped back into it there. We're moving on to the next part of the show here, which is I think it's my top three. Is what we're gonna do there. This is
Yeah, we decided to put together a couple features here instead of just kind of spreading everything out. We figured, let's go a little even further and pick our favorite things from the list and pull them out and focus on them a little bit more. It's not going to be as a deep dive as you just saw, but Eric basically picked his top three tricks this week, and I picked my top three tricks this week, and we're gonna go for there, see how it goes.
Yeah, before I get into it, I just want to say, I saw a really funny comment in the YouTube here. Andy Stanton said he received Stellar as a Black Friday deal, and he's ashamed he's never opened the box, but we've now got him running to his magic drawer to dig it out. Get to that drawer and start playing with it. It's a lot of fun. Yes, so my top three. So every week we get a list of things that we can discount, and I looked down the list, and the first thing that immediately jumped out to me was Forgotten Princess by Alexander Marsh. I really like this trick. I've always kind of liked the princess card trick just because even though I love sleight of hand, I really do like tricks that are rooted in psychology, and the princess card trick has got some interesting psychology, and a lot of us know the idea here that you show somebody a fan of cards and you say, memorize one, you turn it away, and then you're able to either make it disappear or pick out the card that they thought of, turn it back, and it's not there, and you can show that you have it correct. What this is Alexander Marsh has done some really interesting work. So you get custom printed princess card tricks on bicycle rider backs, on bicycle stock. So you get really, really nice gimmick cards that are mispipped. And then what's really more important is you get Alexander's routine. I make no secret that I am a big fan of Alexander Marsh's mentalism. I don't do a lot of mentalism, but I've seen him on the Champions Tour. His live lecture is amazing. The guy really knows what he's talking about. His mentalism is really great. And the presentation that he's sharing with you here is the ability to make someone forget a thought of card, which is really clever. He credits some of this and some psychology in it to an old Luc Germain effect that Luc printed in Building Blocks, which is a really, really great book that you should check out. But you combining the princess card trick with the idea of making somebody forget a card and then being able to put that thought back in their head is really neat. It's a really, really good trick. I was a little skeptical, but then when I was like going through stuff, man, Alexander really knocked it out of the park, and that's why it's in my top three this week.
We all know princess card trick's a good trick, right? The problem is a lot of laymen know it, but the way that this is presented dresses it up in a completely different light. So nobody's even going to know that you're showing them the trick that they already know, right? Which is an amazing spot to be in. Alexander, and I mean, just to Alexander did this in his set on the Champions of Magic tour.
Yeah.
If you actually get Alexander Marsh's live act, he actually uses this gimmick in his show.
Yeah.
For one moment where he sets up a spectator to forget something, and then he goes on from there. It's a great moment.
It's a
really great moment.
The chat was actually literally just pointing that out, that he does use this in the lecture. He doesn't fully explain it in the lecture, but here you get all of Alexander's work. Man, is it good. It's this might be my favorite variation on the princess card trick, and I'm not just saying that because I like Alexander Marsh. I'm saying that like the way he's doing that. I have played with this plot of making people forget stuff, or like making them like hallucinate ink leaving cards using some like left-handed fans and stuff like that. And this is a really effective way to do it. This is probably going to go into my regular set. In my
it's got
stand-up.
a spot, right? Like there's a spot for it somewhere among your larger card set for sure.
Yeah.
Just like Alexander, like watching him use it for just a moment in his set was like, that's how this is supposed to work. You know?
Yeah,
because
like
arguably one of the more powerful moments in the whole routine.
It really is. And the other thing I like about this is that you get those nice bicycle printed princess cards because like I don't think that I own a set of princess card tricks that's not either like a single card, like a single fan of cards printed, or like a cutout from a magazine. I mean,
what happens like if you needed to buy this a year ago, what are you getting? Are you getting like bridge size cards?
Yeah.
You know those ones that like don't spread well, like that have been in a box for, I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you need a new set, this is the one to get, and you're going to learn a new routine.
Yeah.
For a better way to present this effect.
And if you enter the promo code CoolBoxLive at checkout, it's you get 25% off. So you get this for $15 instead of 20. So you get some really nice printed cards, and you get a really great routine.
Yep. So that's number 3. What's number 2 on your list?
Number 2 is Revolve by Nicholas Lawrence. This is I really like this one too. So Nicholas Lawrence obviously was a part of the crew here at Penguin Magic, and this is essentially what this is a 2.0 version of his trick Evolve that came out a number of years ago. This trick is really good. So, sorry, I just saw something in the Facebook chat here. Cletus McGee saying that it seems like this might work well in Zoom. I think he's talking about the Princess card trick.
Of course, yeah.
It does, and actually, that trick was shot before.
That's the original internet card trick.
Yeah, this was shot in the before times, before we were all doing Zoom shows, and Alexander actually talks about doing the trick virtually. So it's really good. So, and actually, got another good question here that I will answer at the end of this top 3. John Hayes on YouTube is asking what my everyday carry is. And I'd be interested to know your everyday carry, Nick. So maybe when we get done talking through my top 3, we'll talk everyday carry stuff before we get into your top 3. But Revolve by Nicholas Lawrence, that's what I'm talking about. What this is a folded playing card that you drop, and it visually changes color as it's dropping down, and then you can hand it out. Nicholas Lawrence originally published this as Evolve, and when you got it, you basically got an arts and crafts kit to make your own, which had its positives and its negatives. The positive was you could make it out of basically any card design you wanted if you used designer cards. The negative was you had to do arts and crafts, and I'm just not good at making gimmicks. I've never been good at it. We have a manufacturing team here at Penguin Magic that is made of some of the best gimmick manufacturers in the world, and there's a reason that I am not on it. So
yeah, we're pretty lucky. It's just like one phone call. Hey Seth, can you make me this thing? And then it's like on my desk the next day.
It's so good. But Revolve comes fully completed. It's fully built. So you're getting a gimmick that you can use immediately, which is awesome. And then the other thing is, like, this, Nick, Lawrence never stops like developing tricks, right? No. So like when something comes out, it's a very fully formed thought, but then he sits back and he goes, well, what if I did this? What if I did this? So what you're also getting is a bunch of updates to the original Evolve gimmicks. So like the hinge is a lot better. The original hinge was made out of tape. This new hinge is made out of Tyvek. So it A, works smoother, B, is more durable, and C, is actually quieter than the original, which is insane. Magnet manufacturing techniques have evolved since the original one came out. So there's some magnets involved in the gimmick, and they're way thinner. So it's just the gimmick looks even better. And of course, it's handcrafted by Nicholas Lawrence, so it looks really good.
These things are just great now.
Yeah.
I feel like 10 years ago, you would get Evolve or Revolve, one of the two, and exactly that, right? You'd get the little piece of paper to tell you how to make it, and you'd never do it. This is Nicholas just makes these things that allow you to put CGI looking stuff in your routines.
Yeah.
Right. He gives you the visual moment, like, so that you can do it. And then you don't have to worry about like crazy cleanups or, just something that's impractical, take, revamp, for example, or another Nicholas Lawrence trick that we're going to be talking about in just a little while. In the clear. But this stuff is solved now. Like, you need to be using these things. If you have preconceived ideas from the past, they're gone. These things work in the real world.
It's really good. And he teaches you how to steal the gimmick off. So the gimmick's in play, then you can steal the gimmick off, and then you can hand the card out, which is great. Another really interesting thing that happens in this release, and then I'll move on to the next thing, is he invites Kaylin Morelli onto the screen, and they basically jam on ideas with Revolve. So you've got two of like the leading gimmick creators in the world sitting there talking about all kinds of interesting, inventive ways to use the gimmick that you are now holding that is fully completed and you can immediately go out and use. So it's a really well put together package. The download is like an hour long. It teaches you how to make more Revolve gimmicks if you want to. It's super good. You should definitely check this out. And if you enter the promo code CoolBoxLive at checkout, you're going to get 25% off. So you can pick up Revolve for $30. It's really good.
Great deal, guys. If you take advantage of this, because it's fun. This whole show is going to be physical products tonight, so you're going to be able to pick up something awesome.
Moving on to my top trick this week.
Trick of the week?
This is my top trick of the week. Now, I didn't do this on purpose. This was in the list. And the list comes to us, and we look at it every Sunday night and go, what are we going to look at? What are our top tricks? And my number one trick is obviously Ultra Lucky Coin by Eric Tate.
Who?
I know, some dude.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. So this is so this is really great. I'm glad that we can offer this at discount this week. If you don't know what this trick is, essentially you have a card selected. It is then lost in the deck. You then bring out a poker chip and you tell people that you're going to bet them this poker chip, and it's a black chip, so it's worth $100. That at the end of this trick, your card will be underneath the chip. And you let them move the chip along the spread and place it anywhere they want. You then separate it. You separate out all away the cards that are not underneath the chip. You narrow it down to just one card, and then you say, "Remember the bet." At the end of the trick, if your card is not underneath the chip, you get to keep it. And underneath the chip, and you turn it over, and it says "your card." And there's like this little stupid joke right there, which is really really dumb. But then they turn the card over. They name their card, and you turn the card over, and it's that one. And then you say, "Hey." There's the bet was that at the end of the trick, if your card wasn't underneath the chip, then you get to keep it. And at the end of the trick, the card is over here and the chip is here. So if you're pedantic, you could argue that you would have won. And that's when you turn the chip over and it has transformed into their selected card. It's very exciting. This particular trick also comes with a second chip, which has the your card joke on it, but it is also got fine print. There's another card, a different card printed around the outside. So you get two chips, and the cool thing is, if you can find the Marinero Game Room and Casino where this comes from, you could just turn in the other one, and you'll get it for free. But right now, it's 25% off if you enter the promo code CoolBoxLive at checkout. It's normally $40, but you can get it for $30. I've used this for years. It's a really great trick. There's not a lot of these right now, but
how many are left?
I think there's
can't be many.
Yeah, there's less than 100 left. And my understanding is that if we sell out and we have to make more, we might make another one with new cards.
Interesting.
So there's some possibility for that.
Well, I'm a big fan of this trick as well.
Yeah.
But if you're a book guy and if you have Card College Volume 1, this original routine actually appears in there. It's called the Lucky Coin. And you could learn the Lucky Coin and do it, but you can also pick up Ultra Lucky Coin and you'll have an awesome gaff to go along with the original routine to make it even better. So, if you're trying to figure out what you want tonight and you have Card College, go and take a Lucky Coin routine.
Seeing a couple of things in the chat here that we should address. John Green over on YouTube is saying, check out John Armstrong ideas on his DVD set. You can also check out John Armstrong's ideas in the download that comes with Ultra Lucky Coin. John is a very good friend of mine, and when I was developing this product, I reached out to John and asked if I could include some of his work, and he very graciously gave me permission to include some of his touches, which are in there. And then Mighty is asking, could be used with Sucker Punch or a gambling routine. Definitely could be used with a gambling routine. The routine that I present is a bit of a gambling routine, but the WoW magnets are involved in this. Actually, the original prototype used Evolve magnets, which is kind of how this whole thing got started, and it relates to the previous trick. I don't think it will actually work with Sucker Punch gimmicks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to match the Sucker Punch gimmicks either, you know? So, but yeah, of course, gambling theme routine for sure.
Yep, it's pretty good. I'm going to jump back in the chat real quick because Calvin Wong asks, is there any DIY in Revolve? There is not. You get a fully constructed gimmick. There is DIY instructions in the download, which is almost an hour long, so you could make additional ones if you wanted to or repair it. But the gimmick is super tough, so you're probably not going to need to repair it. And that brings us to that. Nick, before we move on to your section, or your top 3, what's your everyday carry, Nick?
Well, so I'm evolving all the time, right? And right now, if you go right this second, and it's kind of exciting because I just got something new in the mail like 10 minutes ago, right? Anyway, I have been working on, which you can find on Penguin. Split Focus by Gregory Wilson, which is like a super triple coin, which I am now. Well, I'll show you the coin.
It looks really good. Nick and I were in studio. He brought it in, and it's a joy to hold.
Yeah, I was showing this off to the guys at the studio the other day, but basically, I'm not gonna like do a full routine because I'm still like under practiced. But you're able to, you're able to do some pretty fun, follow the producing all sorts of different coins. If you're familiar with the Super Triple, this has 3 actual coins that you can display, and they are all held together with magnets and stuff. This is a really amazing coin gaff that I've been just playing with now. I want it to become my everyday carry, but I did just get my good friend Brent Braun just sent me. I know this isn't out yet, so but I'm going to show it to you anyway because I'm sure Brent won't care.
He's been flashing it on social media, so I think it's fine for us to show it here.
Yeah, I literally just got in the mail Brent Braun's new FPS coin wallet, and it is pretty awesome. It's square, it's brown, it smells like really good leather. I'm keeping my coin in there. The main feature, as far as I can tell, I haven't watched the download or anything yet, is that you are able to load things in and out of this, not using this flap. So you could do some like wand style productions from this person. It's really good. So this is going to be my everyday carry going forward for a while. Eric, what are you working on?
Well, my everyday carry, to be honest, I carry D. Christopher's Razor wallet with me all the time, and I'll be honest, I don't use the peak on it. I just like how slim it is. But what I do is I have a routine that I've been doing for years where I borrow someone's driver's license and I magically make it transform into my driver's license, and then when I go into my pocket, their driver's license is in my wallet. Now, what I used to do was use a Steve Drawn real man's wallet, and then the driver's license would end up inside of the little area where the playing card would be. But I've developed a way to do that, to make someone's driver's license appear inside of my D. Christopher's Razor wallet. So I'm still able to do that routine. And actually, now, because of this show, I've started carrying $2 window with me everywhere.
Oh, that's right. That's
right. So $2 window lives inside of my D. Christopher's Razor wallet. And so that's an everyday carry for me, along with the Penguin Made Mark deck, which is usually in a clip. Sometimes I'm carrying Stellar. Sometimes I'm carrying. I got a red clip custom made to go with some brands, so a Porper clip. The other thing, I'll be honest, if I know that I'm going to be going somewhere, obviously not right now, but if I know that I was going to be going somewhere where people were going to ask me to do magic, I have a small Okana Japanese, like the Japanese style purse for coins that I would keep my Ultra Lucky coin in, and I also kept a Flight 101 inside of it. So it wasn't quite an everyday carry. I would only put it in my pocket when I knew people were going to ask me for stuff. But Flight 101 has been in solid rotation.
I'm excited to talk about that whenever that hits the show. For sure. We haven't talked about that at all.
Yeah.
I will just mention this. If you guys are interested in this, we will have it on Penguin at some point, but you can always head to Brent's website, which is J&B Magic Shop. And you can I think these might be pre-order or something right now on his site, but we'll have them at Penguin at some point. Brent's probably going to sell them first, and you should go grab one from him.
Yep. So those are my top 3. Forgotten Princess, Revolve by Nicholas Lawrence, and Ultra Lucky Coin by me. The schedule, according to Everything Now, Nick says we got to talk about your top 3. So Nick, let's go ahead and talk about your top 3.
All right, my top 3. My number 3 trick this week is Card to Card Box by Cody Fisher. If you don't know Cody, he is probably one of my, I probably one of my favorite magicians. How many times have I said that? But it is true, because Cody just writes really commercial, amazing magic that anybody can do. It's one of the types of guys that if you're trying to get into stand-up magic, you really want to track down Cody Fisher stuff. But he also does close-up walk-around work all the time. And Card to Card Box is a routine straight out of his like corporate strolling repertoire, right? Like when you get something with Cody Fisher, my point being is like this is a flushed out routine that he's done thousands and thousands and thousands of times. So Card to Card Box, you probably guess there's a card that's going to end up in the card box, and it is going to be signed too. But really what you're getting here is Cody's ambitious card routine. So he goes in, I say in general, this download is not beginner level, but if you don't know a lot about the ambitious card or you want to get better at performing the ambitious card, this download is incredible. On top of it all, after the card has come to the top of the deck 2, 3, 4, 5, or if you're Michael Eaton 900 times, you end up with the signed card ending up in the card box. And he's created this really clever gimmick you're going to make it. It's nothing to make. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a bit. The signed card ends up inside the card box at the end to kind of, end his ambitious card routine to make it play really big. But that's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn incredible ambitious card and a way to load a signed folded card into a card box without anybody else being able to see you do it.
I like this routine a lot. I mean, I am also a big Cody Fisher fan, and the way you get the card in the box is really great. And I feel like you can look at the gimmick, and you're basically showing the people the gimmick the entire time. And Cody's handling of it like hides all of the stuff that is.
It's like one of those things where if I told you the secret, you'd be like, oh, is that it?
Yeah.
But it's so much more than that when you understand all the fine details and nuances about how this thing works and how it's handled. Again, if you have an ambitious card routine, this might not be the download that you want to pick up this week. There's probably a lot of other stuff that might suit you. If you don't really do the ambitious card routine, always wanted to, honestly, this is one of the best downloads I've seen on it since, dare I say, Ambitious X Illusionist way back in the day.
That was a sick.
It changed my life.
Yeah. Oh man. This is really good. I mean, Ambitious Card is a great routine, and everyone should learn how to do a really good one. And it's a jazz piece, but like Cody's.
But that's why
Cody's is so good.
If you don't know Ambitious Card, get this because this is a great spot to learn it. So it's 25% off right now. If you go to penguinmagic.com, add this to your cart, put in the promo code CoolBoxLive, and you will save 25%, which brings us down just a little bit. Because what is this, Eric?
Yeah, it's normally 15, but you're going to get it for 11. $5. Yeah, you're going to get it for 11. And actually, there's a really great comment in the chat here from Mike Mesevich on Facebook, and he says it's worth getting for his Mercury Fold tips alone. And that. I
guess that's let's talk about that for sure.
Yes.
If you're out there trying to collect Mercury card fold methods like I have in the past, because I'm just one of those people that, haven't figured that move out yet. His stuff, he does teach you.
It
something.
works.
Yeah, no, there's some tips here that might unlock that door for you.
Yeah.
Right. So if you need it just for that, it's worth taking a look.
Super good, and it's not very much money, so it's worth picking up if you're trying to improve your ambitious card or improve your Mercury card fold and your ambitious card. So Nick, if that's number 3, what's number 2?
Number two, we've talked about a lot. I'm surprised this keeps coming back up, but you know what? I had to include it because, if almost to drive home the importance of this masterclass. I'm talking about Bob Cassidy's Q&A masterclass. Now, this is normally $100 on penguinmagic.com, and you're going to be able to get it for $75.
That's crazy.
Here tonight with 25% off. This is essentially the a video version of the workshops that Bob Cassidy used to do across the country. And I think the workshop cost, if I'm not mistaken, I think $300 to attend.
It's pretty pricey.
Yeah, to attend Bob's Q&A workshop. So Bob, if you don't know who he is the master mentalist who basically performed classic mentalism for decades. He's one of the best people to learn anything from. So what this is 5 hours of instruction, 5 hours of instruction on the Q&A, which is kind of the premier piece of mentalism. As a performer, you're standing on stage. Sometimes you're blindfolded. Most times you're blindfolded. You're reading the minds of literally everyone in the audience. So the way the sequence goes is that the audience writes down questions on little billets before the show or during the show. They're collected into a bucket. The performer stands on stage, reaches in, pulls one of the questions out, doesn't look at it, but is somehow able to determine whose question it is, and then is able to also read what the question is and give an answer to what that is. So you're really on stage wielding real power, like real mind reading power. And it is among the most powerful routines you can learn how to do. This is the best place to learn it as far as video instruction goes. You're going to learn the methods to learn the information. So how do you know what the people have written down? You're going to learn peaks, how to get peaks on billets. You're going to learn peaks with envelopes, center tears. You're going to learn how to perform it close up. You're going to learn all the cold reading techniques he does and all the mnemonic stuff that he works with as well. So not only is it like an overview of how to do it, you're also going to get a live show that he did at our theater, the P3 Magic Theater back in the day, where you'll see it from start to finish. I mean, pre-show, like Bob is warming up. You'll get to see how that goes. You get to see him come on stage, do the Q&A. I mean, the Q&A can sometimes be the only thing a stage performer does. One routine, 40 minutes, right? How crazy is that? I'm not saying do it for 40 minutes, but if you go see Darren Brown, for example, I know when I saw him in New York City, the whole second half of his show was the Q&A. So if it's good enough for Darren, it's good enough for you. And this is definitely the place to learn it for 25% off.
There's not a lot of information out on the Q&A, and this is not only one of the only places to learn it, but also one of the best. Bob Cassidy was a master of this, and it's really, really worth it. I think you covered all the salient points, Nick. I mean, it's super good. There's not a lot of places to learn it, and you can get this for a little bit cheaper. I mean, $25 off. I mean, yeah. It's incredible.
It's where you learn it. There's only two sources that we continually recommend: Q&A Masterclass and Jerry McCambridge's Performing the Q&A. Yeah. They're the top things that are on the market, really the only things. Yeah. And among the two, you'll learn how to present the effect, you'll learn how to reveal the information, and you'll learn all the theory about the purpose of the Q&A effect, which you can only get through years and years and years of experience. Bob and Jerry, if you want to check that one out, Bob will help you take that shortcut so you don't have to do any of the hard work, and you can actually start doing it with more information than they ever had.
All right, Nick, that's a pretty strong number 2. Hit me with your number 1.
Well, the number 1, and this was easy for me because I also saw that we had another Nicholas Lawrence trick on the show tonight. And I've just been more and more into these devices, I guess you call them, that Nicholas has created. And I had almost forgotten about how good In the Clear was, which is my top trick this week, In the Clear by Nicholas Lawrence. Now, this is similar to the Cody Fisher effect, except you're going to be using a true gimmick here, where you can have a signed card. Let me backstep here. It's kind of an open prediction. So do I have any cellophane on my deck? Oh, we have a video between us, right?
Yeah. There's a video in between us right now of Nicholas doing it with all the crazy changes and you can do with it as well.
So yeah, you can show that there's a card folded inside your cellophane, still attached to your card box, which is an interesting thing because it's clear that you can't get in there, right? That card is trapped inside of there. You can leave that on the table. You can have a card signed. That card vanishes from the deck. And then you take the cellophane off the box and you reach in and you open up that card and it is the spectator's signed card, which is wild. So really, if you're kind of up to date on what's coming out in Magic lately, this is like the Vision box that was just released, like a clear, old John Kennedy mystery box. If you've known about that for a long time, except that it's using more organic props. Not that there's anything wrong with using a box, but using just your card box to essentially do the same trick, right? And this is a crazy gimmick that Nicholas has designed that lives in your card box.
It's really cool. I was just watching some of the performances before we got on, and there's points where people were just like screaming, "No, that's been there the whole time. I've seen that the entire time. This is impossible." And it really does look good. Some of the other stuff I like that he does with it is he uses it for more than just like doing switches. He also does a thing where like the cellophane is empty, and then he has a folded card, and he makes the folded card appear inside of the cellophane. Yeah. He does some stuff where like he has a $1 bill in there, and he gives it a shake, and the 1 transforms into a 20. He's got things where things transform into coins. So yes, this is an open prediction, but also you can do a whole bunch of other stuff. And you can do a whole bunch of other like transformations, appearances, things like that with it. And Nicholas goes into all of it. I think the instructional video that comes with it is like an hour long. Hungry is in the YouTube chat again, and he says, "I'll say it again. Nicholas Lawrence is the Willy Wonka of gimmicks." You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
Yeah, no, he teaches all that stuff. There's really 3 core routines that you're going to learn on the video. The ambitious card.
Yep.
Excuse me, which is I just kind of talking about. Card through cellophane, which is when you see it empty. So you see the cellophane empty, and then you can put the card inside of it, right? And then you take the cellophane off, take it out. And then there's also the visual card change. So you could have like a folded up blue card, and then it will change into a folded up red card, right? Based on all 3 of those routines, you could start doing it with bills and coins or whatever else you wanted to do it with. Those are the 3 backbones, the 3 pillars of In the Clear.
And you can get it for a little bit cheaper right now. It's normally $40, but if you enter the promo code CoolBoxLive, you're going to get it for $30. It's a great gimmick that I think you're really going to like.
Yeah, and it's not like something that's going to break. Actually, it's not going to break on you at all. It can't. It's made out of some pretty sturdy stuff. And you can customize it as well. It doesn't have to be like a red card. That thing that goes inside the cellophane can really be anything that can fit inside the cellophane that's relatively flat as well. Yeah. But he goes over all of that and teaches you how to customize it on the video as well. So if you don't use red bicycle cards, you can use your purple Jerry's Nuggets.
It's awesome. It's excellent. And that brings us to the end of the products we're going to be talking about. But let's just take a quick look at the schedule one more time. We started off by unboxing Mental Dice tonight. We gave you guys a really deep, in-depth look at one of the best electronic dies on the market, and we allowed you to save a giant amount of money on it. Then we unboxed Stellar and took a look at a beautiful card clip that is very engaging and magical and has a card reveal in it. Look at my top 3 picks. I was talking about Forgotten Princess by Alexander Marsh, which might be the best way to do the princess card trick, along with some beautiful custom printed cards. Revolve by Nicholas Lawrence, which is an incredible, insanely visual adaptation of his effect Evolve, which is now stronger and works better. And then, of course, Ultra Lucky Coin by me, Eric Tate, a fun card trick with a poker chip that you will do at all of your gigs. Nick's top 3 included Card to Card Box by Cody Fisher, really great card to card box routine, also one of the best ambitious card routines that you can learn, and a couple of important tips about the Mercury card fold. The Q&A masterclass with Bob Cassidy, one of the few places to learn the Q&A routine with the legend Bob Cassidy. And then we just finished talking about In the Clear by Nicholas Lawrence, which is a beautiful switching device that happens inside the cellophane on your card box. Keep in mind, everything that we talked about tonight is 25% off if you enter the promo code CoolBoxLive at checkout. These deals are good until this Friday at midnight. So if you buy something tonight and you're thinking, and later on in the week, you're like, you know what, I really wanted to get that too, you can come back and watch this video. It's going to be up on YouTube and Facebook all week. You can do that. Also, Nick, we got some stuff going on the Instagram, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick, because this is big.
Because especially if you're still stuck around with us, we'll give you a little hint here. But number 1, don't forget about Thomas Medina, $11 until the end of the night. That's a great one. But there's some amazing books that are going to be on sale this week. I guess we could probably name them.
I think we should name them because these are going to come up for sale all week. You got to keep an eye on the Instagram to see them. But should we?
Yeah, so we're going to start putting some of these deals on our Facebook and Instagram stories, mainly because we just wanted to kind of spread it out a little bit and shorten the length of this show, really.
Yeah.
So
there's 3 books this week. So Nick and I love books. We both have substantial Magic libraries, and we get questions about books for this show all week. And so we thought, let's put the books on Instagram this week. And so there are 3 books, and we'll just briefly talk about them. We're not going to go super in depth.
Yeah, because you can get them right now on sale.
Yeah. If you, and I believe the promo is there might be a different.
It's the same.
It's the same. It's Cool Box Live. So the first one we're talking about is Second Thoughts by Ramon Riobo. Normally $60, but if you enter the promo code Coolbox Live at checkout, you're gonna get 25% off that. Really, really good book. It was very popular in Spain, and then
it was nominated for 2020 Book of the Year.
Yeah, and this is the first time it's been printed in English. So really, really good. Second Thoughts by Ramon Riobo is 25% off if you enter the promo code Coolbox Live, and you can find out more about that by paying attention to our Instagram and our Facebook. The other book that I'm very excited about is Giacomo Bertini's System for Amazement by Stephen Mink. Now that book is normally $80, but if you enter the promo code Coolbox Live at checkout, you're going to get 25% off that. If you are unfamiliar with Bertini's coin magic,
it will blow your mind.
It's going to blow your, oh man, it's so good. He does stuff where he shows both hands empty and then suddenly there are coins everywhere.
He's nuts. Yeah. He does things other people don't do, and you can learn it all in that book. It's amazing.
And then Nick, the big one this week that I think people are going to be very excited about. I think this is the first time it's been on sale. Yeah. But Magic Rainbow by Juan Tamarez is on sale this week. Enter the promo code Coolbox Live at checkout. That book is normally $150, but if you enter the promo code Coolbox Live at checkout, you're going to get Magic Rainbow by Juan Tamarez for 25% off this week only until midnight on Friday.
3 great deals on 3 great books. Maybe just follow along. I mean, you should be following us on Facebook and Instagram anyway, because I think we're going to be having a lot more of that type of stuff hit their feeds. So you don't want to miss any of it. We're going to talk about it on this show, of course, but at least if you have to miss the show, you'll still be kept up to date as to what's coming out.
Yeah, that is going to do it for this week. Be sure to reach out to Nick and I. Leave some comments in the chat about what you liked about this show, what you want to see more of. Calvin Wong over here in Facebook saying he loves more physical products this week. We'll try and get more physical products in there for you guys. We're definitely going to be doing some more unboxing videos next week and getting really getting to grips with a lot of stuff where we can, obviously. We don't want to give away things that we shouldn't beat, but we're gonna let you guys see exactly what you're getting.
Good stuff next week.
Yeah,
some really good stuff next week.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. There's something in next week that I think it's next week that I've been doing for 20 years, and I really like it. But that's gonna do it for this week. On behalf of Nick Lacapo, I'm Eric Tate, and we will see you next time.